Day 9, and let's talk about this. I don't really want to call it a niche film. It's more of like a, you might stumble upon this on like a random Friday or Saturday night or like a Saturday afternoon when you've got absolutely nothing to do. This film is called Polaroid. Yeah, and I watched this at college with a bunch of my friends. This was during our J term, is what we call it here. And I just had a ton of spare time because my class was done. I had one class for the day, right? And I was like, yeah, let's just watch some obscure, weird, horror movies that aren't, super well known. Granted, I believe Polaroid did get a theatrical release. Granted, I don't think a lot of people saw it. That being said, that's why it's on Netflix, I think. And we threw it on, and the premise, it's an interesting premise, you take a Polaroid of somebody, next thing you know, there's a monster in the back, and that monster's going to kill you. I thought that could have been a really interesting thing, but it's only as interesting as it sounds. I like it. I wanted to like it more because I thought, well, maybe if they don't lean into this supernatural aspect as much as they did, with like being able to see a physical monster and, taking pictures of it, and like, oh, this camera belonged to this dead girl, and it's like, okay, we've seen this before. Like an old possession belonged to somebody who's dead and they want to get it back, or like it's just like, oh, but now it's yours, and man, some of that dialogue is just really, really ridiculous. I remember the first time, I don't even remember the main character's name, but she's like, oh, that's a camera. She said the very specific model of the camera. And you know what? I don't, as a big photo guy myself, I try not to do that and just be like, that is a Sony A7 IV. No one actually talks like that, Like I said, it's just, the dialogue is just so ridiculous. There's some cool moments in there, I will say, There's like I thought one of the coolest moments is a character is put in jail and he's like, well, it's my time to go, I think, and he takes a picture of himself and the monster kills him. It was executed kind of well. I guess you could call that my favorite part. Overall, I guess I could recommend this to a point where it's like, throw it on with your friends, laugh at it together, and I think there's a special camaraderie with that. So I would highly recommend, like I said, I would recommend doing that. I think that's one of the best things we can do together is watch movies together and have a good time together. That's kind of what we're doing here, right? So yeah, you know what? Give Polaroid a shot, especially, like I said, if you just want like a little fun hour and a half, 2 hours to just kind of enjoy with your friends, leisure time, give it a shot. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for the next one.